There is no meta in MX bikes, and setups don't matter. We're going to take every 250 and we're going to qualify for a pro race. Well, I might. I also might just be bad. Let's try. All right, boys, we're on the Fantic. As you can see, stock setup. Let's get it going. All right, boys, let's get this going. And let's go over the goals here. Goal is to try to get under a 206 in 3 attempts. If I crash, that's 1 attempt. And every time I get to a bike, we're not going to cut so that you guys can see I'm not hee-hee-haw-hawing it around. All right, this is going to be straightforward. I will cut when I, pick the bikes and all that, but once we're on the track, we're going to do any cuts. And this might be a longer video, so lock in, get your bag of milk and your tea and crumpets or whatever you are. Yeah. So the goal is to show people that you can do good on any bike and you don't need a setup. That's kind of the goal. Yeah, because I see so many people commenting on my TikToks that like the only reason you can go fast is because you have some setup that you're gatekeeping, and I see people paying for setups and bikes. Guys, let's not pay for setups. All right, I know there's a lot of my homies out there selling setups too. Let's not sell setups. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but like personally, I don't know, that just doesn't seem, it seems unnecessary. Oh my goodness. And I just kind of want to show that any bike can be viable. I've been trying to show that throughout MXGP. I have top 10s on the Cowie, a top 10 on the Honda, and now a top 10 on the Yamaha in the pro races. So I feel like, I'm trying to show that you can be good on them. Now, I do have setups on those, so I'm curious too. Does setup really matter? Can I go just as fast on those without a setup, or am I wrong? Is it all in the steps? But I don't think so. I think we'll be able to go pretty fast on any of these bikes. And we're gonna do a 206 as the time, like the cutoff, because a 206 was bottom qual for EU. So basically, I want to show that you can get into pro races on any of these bikes without a setup. Oh my. And let's see, so far this is a good one. We are probably gonna be like a 204 on this, a 204.4 on the Fantic. All right, boys, let's move on to the next bike. All right, boys, on the Fantic, you can see default setup. Let's get it popping. This is honestly another bike that I'm just like not super familiar with. I do not have a lot of time. I have a lot of time on the gas 450, but not a lot of time on the 250. I've heard people say it's really good though. So I'm curious to see, maybe we'll discover something new in this video. But oh my goodness, oh, that is just KTM things, KTM style things, Austrian things right there, boys. I just don't like that. Dude, I don't know. Everyone really loves the KTM and the Husky, and I just like, I really do not vibe with them. And it's really funny too, because I've seen so many comments of people like, are you, like, is the OEM team paying you to, to use the Honda or the gas, which is like the most ridiculous thing to think. But like, no, like I've tried the KTM and the Huskies and the gas so much, like I just don't like them, like I've just never been able to get them to work. And yeah, I don't know. Oh my goodness. So this thing definitely feels slower than even the Fantic. Like, it feels like its acceleration is just like, it's like a tractor. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, but so far, what people, I've seen a lot of people say that this is the roughest or the gnarliest or the most difficult track in bikes. I really don't, like, these bikes are eating this thing up. Like, this doesn't even seem, and no setups, 7 liters of fuel. We're chilling, and I feel like I'm not really avoiding any of the rough stuff. We're just kind of, the bikes are just good. Oh my gosh, I almost threw it right there. I have gone pretty slow on this lap, so hopefully, oh my gosh, you see that kick though? That was kind of gnarly. Remember, we got to get under a 206. 204.9. See, okay, so we got gas and Fantic done. Let's move on to the next bike now. All right, boys, as you can see, we're on the Honda, and I'm putting it on default setup right now. All right, this is gonna be an interesting one. This is the bike that I probably have the most time on, but I do think that this bike is really weird in without a setup. So maybe this will be like really bad, and I'm gonna be horrible. Although it already feels like the best bike I've ridden so far. I'm not gonna lie. I'm keeping track of so far what bike has been the fastest. And so far it's obviously the Fantic. I think it was a 2047 or something like that I ran. I don't know, I can go back and look, but I'll show it at the end of the video which bike was the fastest and what, you know, what I felt the most. And then I can also talk about what I felt the most comfortable on, because a lot of the time, for me, like, speed and comfort aren't really always the same thing, you know? Like, I know, at least for like world records on smoother tracks, I would typically go for the KTM, but I don't like the KTM on tracks like this, and I don't like the KTM in E-Road. I really like the Honda in E-Road. But I think that honestly the bike, oh, okay, well okay, that's a Honda thing where it just like doesn't want to turn, where it's just like a fat bike and just, it's just like a hog, baby. She just don't want to turn. You know, and that's the other thing that we can't really like, we can't really get a perfect idea for how all the bikes are. Oh my gosh, okay, that was the most I've ever stepped out in there on the Honda. We can't get an idea of really how good the bikes are because E-Road plays a big part in this, in my opinion. Because like the Kawasaki is probably my favorite 250, but you like literally can't race it because it's so bad in E-Road. I feel like this lap is going to be slow, to be honest. Oh my. I feel like this lap's gonna be slow. I feel like I definitely made the most mistakes on this bike over anything else. Try not to like die right there. Alright, let's see. What is this? What is this? A 2044. I think that's the fastest time, right? Alright, boys, we're here on the Husky. This is everyone's little duckling, so let's try this one out. Also, I'd like to notice that I mean, I guess that works too, but I would like you guys to notice that I have done this on the first lap on every bike so far. Ooh, all right. So everyone says that this bike is just so much better, and it is absolutely goated. And I'm curious to see, am I going to go that much faster on this bike? This is what everybody runs in aerial, pretty much. There's a few KTMs, but it is mostly Husky. Completely stock setup. Like, I better run like 2 seconds faster than I did on anything else. Like, for real though, I better absolutely rip on this bike. Because if I'm anywhere near the same times, I'm gonna be upset. All right, let's see. We're kind of locked. I'm pretty much on pace with the Honda right now, I think. Oh my. Oh, little mistake. This is the thing I don't like about the Husky, man. I feel like it just doesn't want to turn all the time. Like, it's like, okay. It's like inconsistent. Sometimes it'll turn like that. Like, I feel like sometimes it just turns so much, and other times, oh my goodness, it just doesn't want to turn. I don't know. Like, it just feels so, like, it just doesn't do the same thing every time I touch the sticks, you know? Wow, it kind of ate those bumps up, though, I'm not gonna lie. And I've gotten setups from really, like, top pros. I've tried to make my own setup on this thing. I've really just never been able to get this thing to feel comfortable. All right, let's see. So far, I feel like I had a couple little mistakes. I hit the SpongeBob, but like, I feel like that was because of the bike. Like, I couldn't really, you know, get it turned how I wanted to. Let's hit that. Okay, kind of just jumps into that. This is a good lap. This is going to be the fastest lap so far, I think. For sure. It like, dude, it is like identical almost with the Honda. That was pretty good. Let's move on. All right, boys, here we are. Default setup on the Cowie. All right, let's get it popping. It's kind of crazy to me that I have run a 204 on every bike. Every bike I've run a 204 on the first lap too. Oh my. What is the first bike I'm going to crash on or drop into 203s or 205s? Okay, so far the Cowie feels really good. Like, I'm telling you, like I said it earlier, man, the Cowie is like hands down my favorite bike, I think, until the track starts to E-road, and then it's just kind of falls apart. And earlier I was talking about how settings don't really matter. The only thing on setting that I think really does kind of change the way a bike is and like performs is the gearing, because like some of these bikes really need to be revved and some of them don't. Okay, that was a really slow first sector for me, like really slow. That was like almost a full second slower than the other bikes, but the gearing can help a lot, you know, depending on what bike you're on though. Like this bike I always run, you know, really like she likes to be rang out, you know what I mean? So I always try to run where I'm in second and third like the whole time. Okay, so like it ate that up. That felt really good. That felt really good. Absolutely ate those bumps up too. Ate that corner up. I definitely think I've made up a lot of time here in this. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this bike feels so good, dude. The Cowie is so freaking good. You know what bike I think I'm not gonna do good on? Is the Yamaha, the 2024. I think that's gonna be the hardest bike. I think the TM will be fine. The Zook will be fine. I'm not even gonna run the Zook on the Yoshi mapping. I'm just gonna run the Zook completely stock. All right. Ooh, little kick there. Oh, this is a good lap, boys. That middle sector, we were flying. Fastest time, boys, 2:03.6. Let's go. All right, you know the vibes. KTM default setup, baby. Let's pop in. All right, so okay. First of all, another question on Twitter or X. Are you guys getting like a bunch of like phone wallpapers on your feed? Like, there's like my entire feed lately is people recommending iPhone wallpapers to me, and I am so unsure why. Oh my gosh, I was in third. Didn't mean to be. All right. This thing's feeling pretty good. It's feeling really good through that section, to be honest. But so did the Husky. The Husky kind of fell apart in sector 2. But I've always liked the KTM. Oh, that was saucy. I've always liked the KTM more. Oh, baby. Almost went down. More than the Husky, though. In Supercross and outdoors. So I would expect myself to do better on the KTM than I do the Husky. Or at least feel more comfortable and be a little bit more aggressive, you know? But all right, here we go. This is the section we made some mistakes on the Husky. Yeah, scrub, scrub, scrub. All right, yeah. Oh my gosh, it feels so much better through that section. It's crazy. Okay, still has some of those characteristics though, where like it just doesn't want to turn. You know, like it just, I don't know. It's like there's a dead spot in the KTM where. Sometimes if you're like, oh my gosh, that kick felt really violent. If you're turning at like a certain percentage, it like stands the bike up. But if you turn past that percentage, it's fine. Or if you turn under that percentage, it's fine. But if you turn at like 58% or something, it like doesn't work. And I don't know how to explain that. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, it's a pretty good lap so far. Not going along with you, man. Pretty good lap. Are we gonna beat my time on the Cowie though is the question. This is always that bump. Oh, we kind of just like a little chonked over that bump there. Is this gonna be the fastest time? Oh, I think that is. I think that might be the fastest time. Or wait, did I go faster on the Cowie? I don't know. We'll find out at the end. All right, boys, we on the Zook. Let's go. Oh yeah, daddy, the Zook. All right, the Zook with no Yoshi mapping. This thing has 4 horsepower. This thing is so slow, but we're gonna do it. We're just gonna. Oh man, we might struggle here on this one, boys. Oh, we might not though. Hold on, we're kind of barking. Lock it in. Oh. Also, I'd like you guys to know that Aaron Plessinger follows me on TikTok. So thoughts on that? That's kind of a W. We love AP. Oh my. Speaking of IRL races, yo, what a ride from Chase Sexton at Hangtown, right? Absolutely insane. Last to first is absolutely wild. Oh my gosh. All right, so far doing pretty good. The bike does feel a little slow. The thing with the Zook is it feels real top heavy, you know, like it just feels real, like, I don't know, goofy. Oh my gosh. All right, so we're definitely going slower. But again, this is without Yoshi mapping. So the Yoshi mapping makes a huge difference, man. This bike is like a lot faster on the Yoshi mapping, so I feel like this isn't really that fair because, you know, the Yoshi mapping is like everybody knows you have to run it. But hey, we're doing our best here. I mean, it's doing pretty good. It does eat bumps, man, for Brekkie. That's gnarly. All right. We're so locked. Nice, doing pretty good. It does have a harder time. Oh no, no, it's my. Oh, it's all right. It's my first bike that I messed up on. All right, we got one more lap, man. The first bike I messed up on. That sucks. That sucks. I'm sad. Sorry, Zook. I was really trying to make you look good there. Trying to make you look good there, Zookington. Oh, it just doesn't. It just kind of turns like an otter. You know what I mean? Chat. First of all, what? Second of all, not sure what an otter is. Well, I mean, I know what an otter is, but I don't know if they turn poorly. I mean, I know that. Okay. Okay, we're locked in. Chat, I've been getting into Star Wars, all right? Okay, we're just gonna talk while we do this, all right? A while back, I had said I had been an avid Star Wars hater my entire life. And it's very true. I had absolutely hated on Star Wars for a very long time. Recently, my bride and I had started watching Star Wars in chronological order. That's a fun word to say. And not gonna lie, Star Wars is pretty cool. Now, listen to me. For all of you Star Wars nerds that make your entire personality Jango Fett, all right? I don't understand that. And like why people are so into Star Wars, right? Like people are so obsessed with it. And I'm unsure why that is. But they're not bad movies and they're pretty good. And TV shows are good. Everything's pretty good. You know, like I've enjoyed my time watching the Star Wars films and, you know, cinema, if you will. But I'm just not sure why people become Star Wars, you know. But all right, good lap on the Zook. So far, we've made it past where we crashed, so we should be good here. Also, this has got to be one of the best sound mods, right? Like this sound mod sounds so good. Oh, you see how it just runs out of juice right there, though? All right. Turn. All right. This thing is definitely like a big boat, like I said. Come on, baby. Beat the 206. Come on, baby. Oh, we barely did it. A 205. All right. I would definitely say this is so far, this is the worst bike, 100%. But it needs the Yosh, you know? All right, let's move on. All right, boys, the TM stock. Let's get it going. This is actually one of my, I really do enjoy the TM, you know? I don't know if it's because I spent so much time qualifying on its older brother. When we were trying to go for the LAN, you know, and then we raced at the LAN. There's a lot of nostalgia around this bike for me. The sound mod, the way that it looks, and just, I don't know, this bike did a lot for Doc, you know, so I don't want to hate on it too much, but holy frick. What was that? And, you know, Finn top quad on this bike, and yeah, so, you know, it definitely can be done. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, Finn has top quad on the TM multiple times. Like, he did that last year too, where he came out and ripped the TM and like, just absolutely dominated everybody. Oh my. It is weird though, I will tell you that, and it is kind of like slow like that. You see that? Like, that's like, I think that's my worst first sector. It's like weirdly top heavy. It's like the center of gravity is like, I spit all over everything, by the way. The center of gravity is just in a weird spot on these things, and so it just feels awkward. But once you kind of get used to it, it kind of rips, to be honest. And they scrub. Come on, come back, daddy. Frick! I was just about to say that it scrubs really good too, man. All right, so we've made some mistakes. Oh no, I think that was honestly more on me than it was the bike, to be honest. I sent that really hard into that face because I was trying to like line it up and say, the bike scrubs really good right when I made a nasty scrub, and then it kind of just did TM things. But honestly, this is a better lap anyway, so all the bikes just take a little bit of getting used to. Like, I know the 2023 Yamaha, okay, so we're just not gonna turn. All right, that was interesting. We're just not turning. All right, But anyway, the 2023 Yamaha is like that too, where it's like really has a specific play style that you got to have in order to get used to that bike. Oh my gosh, came up way short on that. Oh my. All right, we gotta lock it in here, boys. I'm kind of behind on my lap. All right, let's see. We're kind of barking. All right, we're just not gonna throw it right here. All right, we're just not gonna throw it right here. There you go. There you go. Oh my goodness, came up a little short. We're not gonna throw it right here either. Let's go. All right. I think that this video hopefully does prove. Oh my gosh, it definitely has the most feedback going through the bumps too. Like the visually and like in my controller thing was. Oh, holy thing was vibrating a lot. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. All right, a little out of control there. We may have just lost. We may have just thrown it, boys. That might have given us a 206 right there. But we're gonna try to push right here at the end. Ah, frick, man. I don't want to have to do another lap. Okay. All right. Okay. Kind of good. Really good. Oh, we're just going to be close. It's going to be a 205 for sure. Oh, it might be a 206. It's a 206. Oh, it's a 207. All right, we got to go again. All right. Oh, no. All right. Maybe the TM is bad. Maybe I'm just bad. Who knows? Man, a 207's gnarly, dude. That is so slow. Oh, no way. I'm trying to do you nice there, TM. I'm not trying to do you dirty. I'm a half second down on my time, boys. I'm a half second down on my time. Uh-oh, it's not looking good. It is not looking good. Frick! I couldn't get it done. TM's bad. All right, boys, we're on the stock 23 Yamaha. Also, I'd like to point out that, like, I definitely made a mistake on that TM, and I definitely feel like given a few more laps, I could get that done, no problem. But for the sake of the video, that's what I said we were gonna do, 3 laps, and, well, I couldn't get it done, so that's what happens. I just know there's gonna be some TM lovers in the chat, like, no, TM love, man. But yeah. All right. This bike is what I've been running for outdoors. This is what I'm going to continue to run for outdoors, I think. I think that this bike could be the new... All right, well, there's a mistake from Doc. I think I might be getting tired here. It's been a long day, boys. I'm recording this at the end of the day, but let's lock in here. I was gonna say, I honestly think that this bike may become the new, like, popular bike for outdoors, to be honest. It's just got really good suspension, and it's just really good. Yeah, I like it a lot. It's pretty fast too. It doesn't seem as fast again as, like, people will just say the KTM and the Husky are definitely the fastest bike in the game. And the best start I ever got in MXGP and Supercross and outdoors, the best start I ever got was on this bike. So, and I've done starts on the KTM, I've done starts on the Honda, the Cowie, 120 rear tire on this bike. You get your shifts right and this thing rips, man. All right, so we're definitely on a good lap now. I came up a little short there, but you can see, like, how much visually it seems like this bike moves around, but it really just kind of eats things up, man. Like, it is just so good. We get through this section, we should be all right. Man, I can't believe I crashed on this bike too. This is the bike I've been riding the most too. I feel like this is probably the bike I'm most comfortable on. The next bike is the bike I'm going to be least comfortable on, I think. The 2024 Yami is, like, not good. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it done, to be honest. I've seen some people using it and they thought it was good, but I don't know. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I've tried a lot because I'd like to use it, but okay, we're kind of barking though. Kind of barking. All right, doing pretty good. Let's lock in. Let's lock in here. Let's not throw this lap at the very end. That would be very sad. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, boys. Jumping over here, over that little bump there. Oh yeah, we're in. We're in there like swimwear. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. 2040. Let's go. let's go on to my least favorite bike now, or the bike I suck the most on. All right, boys, final bike, the 2024 Yamaha. Let's check it out. All right, I'm a little nervous about this, to be honest. I'd like, what if I put down the fastest lap right here? That would be gnarly. I don't think I'm going to. This bike is not the one, but we're gonna try. Oh my goodness. Wait, why does it feel kind of good? Why does it feel kind of good? Wait a minute. Oh, we kind of barked. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay, we're doing good. All right, at the end of this video, I'll put up all the times as well, and so we can see, like, you know, what everyone ran, how close everything was, and if, you know, what the fastest bike was. But I think even despite the TM, you know, me not completing the challenge on the TM, I still think literally any of these bikes is viable. Like, you could run this bike for a pro race. You could run the TM at a pro race. You know, I mean, I was in my first couple laps on the TM, I was only like 1 second off qualifying time. So you could definitely, you know, I mean, you could definitely get that done. I was absolutely going to run a quality time if I spent a little bit more time on that bike. And if that's the other thing. Like, if you pick a bike and you spend some time on it, look at, oh no. All right, I will say this thing was bouncing around a lot right there. But all right, what I was saying is if you pick a bike and you spend some time on it, you'll get used to how, you know, it gets kicked around, how it turns, and boys, you'll be able to go so fast on anything, man. Like, I'm really just kind of tired of seeing everyone on the KTM and the Husky, and, you know, the pros are one thing, you know, everyone's trying to just get a quarter of a second out of something, and if that's what they feel most comfortable on, they're gonna do it. But for like the casual player that is, like, you know, struggling around Dreamland, guys, just use the bike you want. You know what I mean? Like, it clearly doesn't matter. The bike isn't gonna make you good at the game. A setup isn't gonna make you good at the game. You know, like, the reason that people are so much faster, or, you know, the guys are going so fast is because they have a lot of time on the game. That's pretty much it. Like, anyone you see going fast has so much time on the game, man, and like, they can go fast on anything, and because everything is decent. Now, like I said earlier, some of the bikes, like the Cowie in E-Road, they do fall apart a little bit, in my opinion. And like, for a pro race, I don't know that I would recommend the Cowie. I did get a top 10 on it, and I think Finn went 1-1 on it. So like, it can be done, but it was hard. It was definitely harder for me to like, get around the course on the Cowie late Moto 2 than, say, the 23 Yamaha. The 23 Yamaha eats E-Road, bro. Like, that bike is so good in E-Road. So like, but like, we did it, you know. I got, at the time, that was my best finish I ever got, was on that bike. And I think a lot of it had to do with, honestly, I was even more locked in, because I knew it was bad in E-Road, that I was trying to be like perfect, where sometimes you kind of get a little lax. But what's our time here, boys? What's our time? It's gonna be a 2:04.2. That was pretty high, man. So I'm gonna throw up all the times right here, as you guys can see on the screen. I'm pretty sure the Cowie won, but yeah, listen, you guys don't need to run. There is no meta, I guess is kind of what I'm saying. No meta. There's no, you know, the setups don't really matter that much. They can definitely make you feel more comfortable. That's what I'll say. Like, they can give you a little bit more comfort, but like, you're not going to get a crazy amount of speed out of them. You know, I don't know. That's just my opinion. And I think I just proved it as we ran a bunch of, you know, quality times for EU. And I'll see how close we were to NA as well, you know? That would be really interesting. All right, I just checked NA times. The bottom qual for NA was a 2:03.6. So I think even some of those times would have qualified or been close. And a lot of these would have been right outside NA qualifying time. Guys, that's NA players with like 4 hours on the track sweating. And we just almost did it on every bike. I guarantee you I could run a 2:03.6 on every single one of these bikes if I had 4 hours on the track on that bike. The bike don't matter, boys. Anyway, I love you. Have a good day, and I'll see you later. Peace.